In March of 2024, I began the painful process of a divorce. I thought the end of my marriage was also the end of all my hopes and dreams. When I took a step back and recognized my relationship for what it truly was, I realized it was holding me back from achieving so many of my goals and ambitions. I chose to take my pain and use it as fuel to create the best, most positive life for my 2 young boys and I. Since then, I've crossed items off my bucket list, improved my health, laughed more than I have in years, did things I never thought were possible, and made unforgettable memories with my family and friends. I now envision my future being brighter than it has ever looked before. I'm here to share my journey and bring guests on to tell their stories of how their painful situation turned out to be a redirection in life. Welcome to the Pain into Positivity podcast. Hi everyone, I'm Jenny. You're listening to the first episode of the Pain into Positivity podcast. I'm here with my sister Heidi.
Yep, I'm here, not sitting in my spot because you're in my spot.
In my spot on the couch.
She comes over and she takes over.
I obviously asked you to be my guest today as you were the first person I told that my marriage was over. I remember showing up at your house at 5 a.m., which isn't weird.
Very normal. Very normal.
I remember crying, being so heartbroken, sharing that heavy news with you. And I think I was actually sitting in the same exact spot. Mm-hmm. And something I wish I could tell that broken girl that day back in March of 2024 is that her life was just getting started. And there was so much in her future to look forward to.
Yeah, but there was no telling you that at that point. Like, when you walked in, you were, and I hate to be harsh, but like below rock bottom. Like, if there's a word for that, like, it was like crisis. It was your whole world like had fallen apart. So you might have told that person that, and I'm so glad you're at the place you are today and that you're doing this podcast and spreading positivity, because that's who we are and how we were raised. Like, things happened and we're
the comeback queens.
Listen, you have to be. That's the
who doesn't love a good comeback story?
It's the only option. Too, we said that. When you sat on the couch and you came to tell me this tragic news that day, like,
rock bottom and tragic.
It was. Our lives changed.
Harsh
so
but
much.
true.
Like, your family are your people. I mean, you say it's your divorce. It really felt like my divorce too. I was hurting. You don't believe me. Ask Adam. I'm glad you are where you are now. You kept putting one foot in front of the other. It's like when I think back and I imagine you sitting across from me, like, honestly, there were not words to say to you. There weren't words.
You didn't use words, but you became one of the best co-parents I could ever ask for. You and Adam, you guys have helped me with the kids. When I needed help, when I needed to work, you'd even call me on a random Saturday and ask me if I needed help, and I would be able to get a ton of work done, which was huge for me.
Yeah, I mean, I would run through a brick wall for the boys and for you. I love you guys more than anything, as does Adam. So we became a family of 5.
We love you too. We took Christmas photos together.
Should we tell the people too that Adam started searching right away?
Yeah.
Like 3 rows, like
crazy
passenger vans. Like, it was wild. So I would say that the first 2 months were really, really difficult. Like, probably the hardest. Would you agree?
Absolutely. But we still did. They were hard. They were sad.
Yes.
I felt bad for my kids and grieved the future that I thought I was going to have. But we did a lot of fun things. We laughed together. So I really feel that was helpful.
Keyword together. So when we were together, we always had fun.
Yes.
I think the first time that you were alone at home, I was petrified to call you because I didn't want to acknowledge it. And when I did, you were belting out the Kelly Clarkson song. And I can't.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yes, and like, you don't have the best singing voice, but the fact that you were singing that song and like there was just like hope in your.
Oh, I love Kelly Clarkson. Her songs are empowering. I remember. Yeah, it was sad for me, but it also was. I made the best of it, even though I was sad.
And it's like those little things that were adding up for you.
Yeah.
To get to the spot that you're in now. So with that, why don't you tell your listeners then, how did you get through those 2 months and how did you take care of yourself to be where you are now?
I really prioritized my health, and I surrounded myself with a village of people who believed in me, loved me, and made me feel like anything was possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would call you. I'd call Mom. I'd call her sister Heather. I call my friend Jenna all the time. Her and I, she was always checking in. I know you guys had a group text about me. And
it wasn't a group text. It was just a secret text to make sure you were okay.
Yeah. And then I even used to call your best friend while you were working. Yeah. Her and I used to talk while I was working out.
Yeah. You need your people. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, so you told us that you surrounded yourself with your village, your people that were listening, but also making you feel like anything was possible. What else? What else did you do?
So I did a bucket list item, a big one, and you were a part of it. We went and got my tattoos.
When we say we, let's be very clear, you Anyway.
I love the show Revenge with Emily Thorne, and she has the double infinity on her wrist. And her dad used to always say, "Do you know how much I love you?" And she'd say infinity times infinity. And so I wanted that since 2011 when that came out. On my left wrist, I got a tattoo that says "Let Them." And it's from the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins that says, people show you who they are, and you get to choose what to do next. You let them do whatever they want. Mm-hmm. Let them be who they are. You can't change people, but you can control your actions.
Yeah, you can.
And I'm going to let you tell the next part about writing it.
Oh my gosh. So she comes in, so she's got these ideas about tattoos, and she with like normal script. It's almost like you came in with like Times New Roman.
It was not. No, it was not. No, it was a pretty cursive red.
Example, like really font choices matter. So this girl was not going to have just some random script on her hand. So she told me to write it.
No. You insisted on writing it.
Well, I might have insisted on writing it. Because I'm like, it just needs to be personalized. We're going through this together. I was her person. So she got me pen and paper. I started writing it. I thought the first one was fine. It's my normal writing. But then she had me write it literally 67 times.
No, it was like 40.
Jenny, it was columns on the front and the back. I think we still have it somewhere.
I have it, but I actually picked the second one that you wrote.
Thank you. Because it all looked exactly the same. My handwriting is very particular and specific. But yeah, so that's on your arm, and it says...
It's on my wrist.
It's on your wrist.
Yeah.
You should have written it on the whole arm. My handwriting.
You wore a whole white outfit. You brought a bog bag. You brought snacks. Greg thought we were nuts. He called us hyper.
I thought he said rambunctious.
I mean, hyper, rambunctious, same word.
So let's go back to something for a minute, because so much of our life is just so fast-moving and quick-paced. How did I end up at that tattoo place with you?
I texted you the day before and said, we're going somewhere at 3:30. Be ready.
This literally reminds me of that one meme that you see on the Instagram. Where are you? I want to go somewhere. I'm going to put clothes in the dryer.
I want to try a chicken place in Ohio.
Okay, so that is our life. Okay, so you told your listeners about the supports you had. You told them about your village. You told them about this let them theory. You're not worried about what other people are doing. You are worried about yourself, your feelings, your actions, and keeping it moving. And that's what I love about you, sis. Like, you manifest things and you just make them happen. Mm-hmm. The amount of calls you get, literally ideas that you've had over the past year are wild, but you do them.
I heard something once about taking accountability for the place you are in life. So if you don't like where you are and the position that you're in, it's your job to get you out. Nobody is coming to do that for you. Nobody is going to get you out of bed every morning. No one's going to get you to work out and take care of your health. No one's going to get you to work every day. Mm-hmm. You have to do that. So I realize I have to do it because I also have 2 children to take care of. So in a way, I didn't have a choice, but also I wanted to choose to find happiness and positivity. I didn't want to be sad every day. I really wanted to live my best life. And I mean, we have. Yeah. We really have. This past year has been a fun year, like one of the best.
Yeah, I love that. You didn't have a choice. You had to get up every single day, get out of bed, put one foot in front of the other. And I think I said that to you a bunch of times during this. Like, I don't know how you did that every single day, but you did. And then you continued to stay in that positive place. So you were this stay-at-home mom. You had this small-scale business.
So I jumped headfirst into photography, building a bigger clientele. I scaled my shirt making business, and I now make mental health shirts, positivity shirts, kindness shirts, and custom shirts for people. I manifested a lot, and
I loved that word, manifest. You really did.
But I feel
you did it though. You did 2 really big things right off the bat.
3. So I have a friend who is Walker Hayes' tour manager. I reached out to him. I really wanted to go to a concert, take photos at a concert. He invited us out to Cleveland. I took the boys and my friend Jenna and her son. We had front row seats. And the coolest part about that was meeting him and his family, but also getting to go backstage during the concert and watching my children be in the front row at their first concert.
For sure.
And very down-to-earth family, very appreciative for that experience. I actually got to do it again in August in Syracuse. So I got to do that twice. And it was really cool. Walker actually posted the photos.
So cool.
On his, and thousands of people saw it. We did.
So cool. You also inspired me. I did something really cool for the students and the colleagues that I worked with. It inspired me to do a really neat spirit day for the kid. And I know it's not the large scale you're saying, but
that's awesome.
These really cool things you were doing were impacting others too in your life.
Yeah. And then we went to Pittsburgh.
We did.
We went on a family vacation to Pittsburgh.
Family
PNC.
Family of 5.
Also, I've always dreamed of taking pictures at a MLB game. Mm-hmm. And I took pictures of Paul Skeens on the mound. They were playing the Mariners. I tagged Paul Skeens. Walker Hayes reposted my photos. Paul Skeens ignored my DMs.
Yeah, you did. Paul, I just heard you say something. You said I dreamed of photographing an MLB game. Here's the thing, Jen. I don't know if you remember this. When you called me, you didn't dream of anything. You were like, I am going to do this.
Oh,
I don't care what it takes. And you did it.
I did it.
Here's the thing too, you were unprepared. You had no idea who anyone was. Adam and I were the ones that traveled to PNC all the time. You'd never been there.
No.
And you just showed up, and I swear, if people are listening, how long did it take? It probably was within like an hour. She left us. She was already down with her camera, doing her thing, getting access.
Left you with my kids.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we always have the kids. We love the kids. But it was amazing even for the kids to see you pushing yourself in that way.
And in July, the Savannah Bananas came.
Oh.
I reached out. So we already had tickets, but I reached out to the owners, tried to get a media pass. Emily Cole suggested that I couldn't get a media pass because ESPN was going to be there that night. However, bring your camera, figure it out. And
you figured it out.
I figured it out. And I took some really cool photos. Stilts reposted a video, and it's gotten over 60,000 views.
So cool. That was so neat. And then again,
We had a lot of fun there, too. And Max ran a home run. Max got to run the home run, and that was really unexpected.
He was. And then remember, too, that you made all those handmade bracelets. And then I saw like that whole group of my students, and they got those.
Yes.
And some gear. That was really neat. What else? What else have you done that you've manifested?
We did the Taylor Swift concert.
Oh.
The night before, remember, I was in your bed for like over 2 hours till midnight. We were laughing, making videos. And I think that was the day Adam decided he needed to do something to get rid of us.
He had to.
And we were trying to decide on our next big thing.
I think we drive him nuts.
His life would be really boring without us.
His life would be so boring without us. Like, truly. But I think he had a lot. We were a lot.
But then the next day, he bought tickets for Taylor Swift for us. In Toronto, sent us away for a whole day. And then wait, can we talk about your brand new fancy car? I was making bracelets, painting my nails.
I'm driving us to Toronto, and this girl over here, she brings a bracelet making kit with like truly, there was probably 53,000 beads inside of it. She started painting her nails when the windows were up. I was driving in city traffic. That was a trip that I will forever remember because it was with
And we met a lot of fun people.
Oh my goodness.
The girls we sat next to, our friend Drew, who gave us specialty bracelets that he picked out exactly for us.
The strangers that we sat down with because we couldn't get a reservation.
At dinner, yeah.
Traded bracelets though with a ton of people and met wonderful, wonderful human beings at that show. And just, I mean, after it was over, the 3.5 hours, I could have done it again.
Oh, for sure.
Inspired by that performance.
Even if you don't like Taylor Swift songs, you have to be inspired. I was inspired being at that concert, seeing how hard she worked.
Yes.
And I remember saying to you, how does she still have a voice?
Yes.
How is she doing this for 3.5 hours? Like, it's incredible. But she
does it.
It started with an idea.
I feel like every time too, a song, I'd get done singing and dancing, I'd look to you and say, I could do this.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. You wanted to be on stage.
I could literally
I think you could.
I promise.
You should.
You think? All
Yeah.
right, you heard it here first. All right, let's get back to something. So we're talking about these really big scale things like Walker Hayes, photographing MLB games, Taylor Swift. There's also like things on the daily, like normal things we do to add joy to our lives.
Like over the summer when the family came in town.
Yeah, so talk to us about that. Tell them like how just...
You make every year when our sister, brother-in-law, and nephews and niece come in town, you plan a full family fun week and we all just show up. And it is fun. We did family Olympics. I suggested having lunch and a cake for a graduation party for my child and my youngest, because instead of going to his pre-K graduation, I took him to a Walker Hayes concert. And our oldest nephew, when he graduated high school, and it was a Monday. You were in a dress. You threw a full party.
I needed to. We catered it. We had a little ceremony. Fun. There was music. There were decorations. I mean... One of my favorite games that you always make us play is Family Olympics, and you got the dunk, not the dunk tank. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What'd you get? The bucket, thing that.
Family Olympics though, you tackled our brother.
I didn't tackle him. We had to put socks on him, and I had to pull his feet out from underneath him.
You just didn't have to put socks in him. There were 3 different.
We did. We had to put his socks on.
I get that, but I'm saying the people are going to think you're like dressing your brother-in-law. You're not dressing him. It was like
we had to add stuff to him.
It was part of a relay where they had to do 3 different things, and at the end they had to put like a cowboy hat on, a t-shirt, some like knee-high socks. But Jenny like tackled him in order to get the socks on.
Okay, you're making me.
I'm gonna put it in the notes section. There's a photo of it. But yeah, so those normal days though, like adding joy to that, I think was part of this pain into positivity process.
And even in the beginning, I remember we did simple things like we went to Costco and bought clothes. We did pancake art on Easter. Like we just made the best of every moment to bring joy and laughter, even to the boys. Like I think that my children love things that cost nothing.
A game night?
They love a good game night.
We've been playing bingo since Ricky, like literally he was born.
Oh, for sure.
It's almost been 10 years.
He loves it. Max loves a good dance party.
Just turn the music on. Do you want to go to Costco this week?
Yeah.
No, I'm being for real.
What do you want to buy?
The seasonal section.
Remember when you bought an electric bike?
That was the best purchase.
That truly was the best purchase ever.
I need to go to the seasonal section. Costco, we're coming for you. All right, when I think about this past year, I think about something that you were always saying. You were always talking about how you should never take advice from anyone that you wouldn't trade places with.
Heck yeah.
So I'm wondering right now if there's listeners that are relating to you, they're feeling connected to you, they're vibing with you. What advice that you would give them if they're going through something really tough and they have kids and they hit that below rock bottom we talked about?
It's hard. It's still hard. Just because you're positive doesn't mean you're happy all the time.
For sure.
Just keep on going. Find the positive twist. Know who your village is. And I also realize I have to acknowledge that not everybody has the village that I have.
Sure.
Know who your village is. Use your village. And just treat those people well. And let them know you care about them. You love them. And just, you have to keep on moving in life.
Yeah,
you have to take accountability for the life that you want. You can't blame anyone. Even if someone put you in that position, you can't blame them for staying there. So we always gave ourselves something to look forward to.
You keep saying we give yourself some credit right now. This is you. You did this for yourself. Give yourself some credit.
Well, I always wanted to give my kids something to look forward to too, because I know that's what helps me. So we have our family vacation with all of us and Mom and Heather and Bobby, our sister from Virginia, our whole family. We're going to do our family trip.
Yeah, we are. In a car, all together.
All together.
Oh, Adam. Here, Jesus, take the wheel.
And we have a really fun baseball game plan this summer to go to together. And then the everyday things of our Sunday family dinners and just all those things that really gives us something to look forward to. And it helps to keep going. It helps to stay positive.
I couldn't agree more. All right, Jen, I am just so honored that I was your first guest on your podcast. And I would say this, though, if I wasn't, it would be a problem. Like a major problem if I wasn't the first one. But with that, though, you've talked a ton today about really, really relatable things to get people to be able to turn that pain into positivity. But I actually, if you don't mind, I might read something that you wrote to me at Christmas.
Oh.
That I actually feel like ties this all up in a bow.
Okay, go.
And they're your words. Are you sure?
Go for it.
Okay, I know you wrote it. Do you know what I'm about to say?
No, I don't remember.
All right. And it's personal to me, but I think if this helps anyone, give them some hope, I'm happy to share it. So you wrote it inside of a hardcover Taylor Swift book that I really wanted, so thanks for that. But you wrote it in gold marker. It says, Heidi, I'm truly not sure where to begin. This year has been the most transformative year yet. So much change, heartbreak, growth, adventures, laughter, fun, rebuilding my life when I thought it was over. I know I told you this before, how much I appreciated you, but I'm not sure you truly realize what an impact you've had on the growth and glow up of mine this year. I think back to the beginning of the year, the place I was in, and you truly helped save me. You did everything in your power to pick me up off the ground and give me hope. You've motivated me to turn my pain into purpose. Even on days you might have thought it wasn't working, I couldn't stop crying. It was. You and Adam have shown the boys and I so much love, more than I thought I could ever ask for. Your acts of kindness and selflessness helped heal our hearts that you didn't even break. And I'll forever remember this year and your unconditional love and support. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping me do it with a broken heart. Love you forever and always, Jenny. Yeah, we do.
And I meant every word of it.
Yeah, we did. You turned that pain into purpose. Good job, sis.